Okay, guys, now we have to discuss the threats to the fundamental principle. Here we have the five categories of threats. So we will discuss all these in a very detail one by one. But first, let me give the flavor that you must always spot threats that can stop you from following the fundamental principle of ethics, like integrity, like objectivity, like competitionality, and so on, like that. We have five types of threats. The first one is self-interest threat. When you care more about your own benefit than being fair, then we call that as a self-interest threat. For example, let me give you an example. You audit a company where you own share. You might ignore problem because you don't want your investment to lose value, and that is a self-interest threat. The second one you will have that self-review threat, which means that when you check your own work, for example, you prepare the financial statement for a client and then audit them yourself. So you will hesitate to point out mistake because that work is your work. Clear? The third one you have adequacy threat, which means that when you promote your client position too much. For example, you are go in court for your client tax case. Later, you audit their accounts. So you are already biased in their favor. The fourth one is familiarity threat, which means that when you get too close to someone, for example, you audit your best friend company. You might overlook errors because of the friendship, and that is the familiarity between you and your friend. The last one is intimidation threat, which means when you feel pressured or scared. For example, a client hand, if you don't approve our accounts, you will be fired and we will hire another auditor. So you may compromise to keep the job. And at the last, the term that is management threat, which means that people often say management threat when the auditor do tasks that belong to the management. When auditor do tasks that belong to whom? Management. But remember, it is not a separate category in the code. The rule is simple. Auditor must never take management responsibility like deciding policies or running operation. For example, if you start making a decision for the company like approving the loans or you may say like setting salaries, so you are no longer independent. You have crossed into management role, and we call that as management threat. Clear? Now let's move on. We have to discuss one by one all these threats. Okay. The first one we have here is the self-interest threat. The self-interest threat means that it's basically happen when your personal benefit or your family make it hard for you to stay objective as an accountant or auditor, and that sort of threat we call a self-interest threat. Here we have a common situation that when you depend too much on peace from one client, then it create a self-interest threat. When you or your family have loan or guarantees with the client, when you have a close personal business ties with the client, when you are negotiating a job with the client while auditing them, when you own share or have a financial interest in the client, then it also causes a self-interest threat. And there's many more cases. If you see here in this list, that there's a case of if you accept the gifts or hospitality, or you fear losing the client or your job. So all these create a self-interest threat. These situations create a self-interest threat. The first one we have discussed: fees, loans, relation, jobs, shares, gift, fear. So all these create a self-interest threat. Clear? Now here we have an example. Self-interest, we have two examples. The first one example is related to extra piece for opinion. If you see here that the B company offer you more money if you give a clean audit opinion. So there is a case of more money. Means you are tempted because of money you are tempted, and that is called self-interest. Here is another case that is related to preferential loan rate. Mean that the D audit the A bank, but also has a loan there. So the bank give him a special rate and has personal benefit, may bias his audit opinion. And the third example is about the promise of the future work, which means that the T company audit the another T company, the CEO promised non-audit work if they issue a clean opinion. Mr. A audit Mr. B company, and the CEO promises non-audit work if they issue a clean opinion. So there is a thing like a fear of losing future business, and that is called self-interest. Clear? So what you have to understand that self-interest, you will see self-interest threat and all about your own benefit getting in the way of the fairness. If you depend too much on one client piece, or if they give you gifts, or if you are negotiating a job with them, you will hesitate to be strict, and that is the reason that will cause a self-interest threat. Now let's move on to the another one, that is a self-review threat. Self-review threat means that self-review threat happen when you check your own past work or your firm work and hesitate to point out mistakes or errors because it is your own judgment, your own work, because you are checking your own work. So it's your own judgment being tested, and that is the reason that will create a self-review threat. Here we have a common situation that when you report on a system that you designed or implemented, or you audit a company where you used to work in a role that influenced the accounts, or you may say like that when you review the business decision or data that you yourself prepared earlier. So this means that own work blind spot. And here we have the example. The first one is about the system design, mean the D company designed the T company financial control system. Now they audit it, so they are reviewing their own work, and that will create a self-interest threat. Great. Another one example is related to the first employment. So this M audit our company, but was previously a non-executive director and a chair of its audit committee. So she influenced past decision, and that is called a self-review threat. Clear? So what you have to understand here that you see self-review threat is when you are basically marking your own homework. If you design the system and now you audit it, or if you used to work in the company and now you are checking the account, so you will hesitate to admit mistake, and that means that own work blind spot. Clear? Now let's move on to another one, that is called adequacy threat, and we have discussed already these term, but I will just make it more comprehensive. Adequacy threat means that when you promote your client position too much. So adequacy threat happen when you promote your client position too much. If you push their side like a lawyer or a marketer, your objectivity is lost. And objectivity, you may have understanding about this, that this is one of the ethic principle objectivity. And if their position changes later, you will feel pressure to ignore the change. And there is some common situation when promoting share of your audit client, when acting is there adequate in litigation or dispute, or representing them in a loan application for IPO promotion. So all these things is creating adequacy threat. So the simple answer is that if you promote, then there is partiality. Clear? And here we have two examples. The first one is about loan representation, and the second one is IPO promotion. Okay, so that will create a adequacy threat. Clear? Then you have understand here that adequacy threat is when you stop being an independent auditor and start acting like your client lawyer or salesman. If you promote their share or argue their case in court, you are no longer objective. So when you promote, it means there is partiality. Clear? Then the next one is familiarity threat, and familiarity threat, as the word indicate, that familiarity threat means that you get too close or too friendly with a client or employee, so that cause or may say create a familiarity threat. Clear? Because of the relationship, you stop questioning their work properly, and you lost your professional skepticism. And here we have a common situation that when there is a familiarity threat. The first one is related to over familiarity with the management, like family ties, that we call over familiarity. Long association with the business context influencing decision, accepting gifts or preferential treatment unless very small. A former partner of your audit firm become a director or officer of the client. So this means that when you are too close, it means too soft, and that will cause familiarity threat. Clear? Here we have again two situations, two examples. The first one is family connection. The CEO of the or company is the wife of the audit engagement partner. So personal tie, familiarity threat. The second one is this one. The P, once a partner in D company, is now finance director of the P company. So D company still audit P company. And that is a past relationship. And there is a familiarity threat because past relationship, so there is familiarity threat. So you have to understand here that familiarity threat is when you are too close to the client, if it is your family member or you have worked with them for years or they give you gifts, so you will hesitate to challenge them. So this means that when you are too close, there is too much softness. Clear? In simple word, you say family mean bias. Long association, definitely there will be influence. If there is a gift, then there will be compromise. If a person is an ex-partner, then there's a client role. Clear? Now here we have the last one, that is intimidation threat. Intimidation threat is a very serious one. Okay. Intimidation threat happen when you feel pressure or scared into changing your judgment. It could be mutual pressure like a threats or just perceived pressure like fear of losing the client. And here we have a common situation which caused the intimidation threat. The first one is threats of dismissal or replacement. Threats of dismissal or replacement. The second one is influenced by the dominant personality. If someone influences you by the dominant personality, then it's called intimidation. That will cause intimidation threat. Threats of litigation mean being sued. Pressure to cut audit work to reduce the cost of peace. So all these things will create intimidation threat. So in simple word, I will say then when there is pressure, then there is panic. Okay. And here we have a two example where the intimidation threat created. The first one is that the finance director of the B company has informed, tells the auditor, if you give an unfavorable opinion, we will find another auditor. So this is fear of losing the job, and that cause intimidation threat. The another example is related to the threat of liability. The B company management tells the D company that our share price drop up to your audit opinion, we will hold you liable. So this is a sort of legal pressure, and that is definitely called intimidation threat. That definitely cause intimidation threat. Okay, so we have discussed all the five threats one by one. So what we have understand, let me recall it because this is a very important concept. We have discussed about the self-interest threat, that your benefit gets in the way. This happens when you care more about your own gain than fairness. Clear? And we have already discussed that the situation that cause that sort of threat. And then we have discussed about the self-review threat, where I have told you that marking your own homework. And this happens when you check your own past work and hesitate to admit mistake. And then we have discussed about the adequacy threat, that promoting your client too much. You act like your lawyer, a client lawyer or salesman. We have also discussed the familiarity threat, too close, too soft. And then at the last, we have discussed intimidation threat, pressure makes you panic. So you feel scared or pressure to change your judgment. All these things you have to understand. Okay. So for your memory, let me recall it. Self-interest means your benefit. Self-review means your own work blind spot. Adequacy means promote is equal to partiality. And familiarity means when you're too close, there is too softness. Intimidation means when there is a pressure, then there will be panic. So all of these you have to understand. In the next lecture, we'll discuss about addressing these threats, safeguard for these threats. Okay. Thank you for watching.